Hi, how's it going? Today I'm gonna talk about the Caipira accent in Brazilian music. If you are seeing this video, this live for the first time, I'm Luciano Ruas. This is the Brazilian accent improvisation channel, and here we talk about the phrasing in Brazilian music. We talk about accentuation, articulation, and all necessary to improvise in Brazilian music in an authentic way. Some people think it's just play jazz, it's just improvise jazz phrases inside Brazilian music, but what makes our music different a lot has with the phrasing. and and to phrase you have to know styles, you have to know the artists, to have references about our music, and this channel is for all these subjects. All right, let's talk about the Caipira music. The música caipira or Caipira music started to be recorded on the 20s or 30s, and there was an artist called Cornélio Pires. He was the first person to get this and to bring these authentic rural artists to record something. Let me explain a little about the term caipira. Caipira, it's a simple person that comes from the rural part of Brazil, and they and the caipira music, it's we can translate as a rural folk Brazilian song. This this is what the term means. And let's talk about some artists, famous artists of the caipira music. There was Jararaca e Ratinho, Alvarenga e Ranchinho, and Tonico e Tinoco. If you realize, I said double names because the caipira artists were duos. They were two singers playing together, talking about melodic working, the melodic way that caipira music happens. We have the first voice that sings the main melody, and the second voice that sings in thirds. They commonly sings in thirds, or sixths are common too. The instrument that is used to play the caipira music is commonly the viola caipira. It's a 10-string guitar. It has a metallic sound, and has double strings, some in octaves and some doubling the sound. It's just doubling the sounds to get this metallic sound. They have some specific tuning that the most famous is the cebolão. Cebolão, it's when you take when you play the viola without pressing any string, it's gonna sound a major chord. I think it can sound in D major or sometimes E major. I've heard about D major also. Talking about harmony, the caipira sounds use sometimes just two chords, the dominant and the fundamental chord, or the root chord, and they create songs with just these two chords, and sometimes they use the first, fourth, and fifth grade of the harmony. There are a lot of exceptions, but the traditional and old music use these three chords a lot. What else can we say? There are a lot of Caipira rhythms. Caipira music, it's good to say also, that happens in the south part of Brazil, center part of Brazil, and southeast also. I'm gonna talk the name of some styles that are caterete, cururu, toada, and the toada we can find different grooves for the toada in different places of Brazil. I've told you about toada, but I was talking about the Brazilian toada. That's music from the northeast part. This toada sounds different from this toada, the Caipira toada that I'm telling you. We have mazurka. It's a kind of waltz that is the same name of the European style. Rastapé, batuque, moda campeira, guarânia is also in third. Rasqueado, polka, polka caipira, cana verde, queromana, shot, recortado, e pagode de viola. Alright, these are different names of styles that are found on the Caipira music. Today I'm gonna play one song called Luar do Sertão. It's a typical melody, Caipira melody, very simple, and I'm gonna not use some specific style to play it, but I'm gonna use some resources that are found in the Caipira music on the viola caipira also, and imitate here in the piano to show you the phrasing. There is a modern artist that does Caipira music that I recommend very much. That is the composer and viola caipira player Neymar Dias. Other modern composer that I like so much is Breno Ruiz. He composes new Caipira music with richer harmonies and sounds very good too. There is one album of the singer Mônica Salmazo also that I think has a very interesting Caipira sound that's called Caipira, and I think you can hear this reference to know the Caipira, older Caipira that I've told, like Jararaca e Ratinho, and this new Caipira sound that's very beautiful. It's very very good music. One thing I received a question. People asked me if Caipira is the same thing as sertanejo. And the term sertanejo has the same meaning of the Caipira. It's a music, rural music made in the countryside of the Brazil. It's a country rural music. But sertanejo got another meaning. When we tell today in sertanejo, we are referring ourselves to a style that's it's a pop music. It's a very commercial music that has some influence of the folk Brazilian songs. So so it's sometimes used, this term, in a pejorative way. It's not a very a name that we associate with quality in Brazilian music. Today, it's happening a lot of. There are a lot of famous artists in Brazil of the entertainment industry are called sertanejo universitário, and this is also very commercial, and the music is not doesn't have we don't feel this careful with quality in their playing. All right, so let's come back to Caipira music. I'm gonna play for you the theme Luar do Sertão. I'm gonna play by heart the song, so I'm not thinking in the real rhythmic that's written. Okay. Note that I didn't pedal pointing in the harmony, but if we play the original harmony, it's just two chords. I used three grades with the pedal point, the subdominant, dominant chords, but it's made just of dominant and root chord. Second part. These sounds of six are very common. So when we reharmonize, we can continue using these thirds and sixths because they sound very characteristic. In the modern Caipira music, I use the reference of the composer Breno Ruiz. It's very interesting to use these pedal points. These repeated notes are common too, with the played by the viola. I can use more harmonies, but use these intervals. thirds and sixths. And what else can we use? We can imitate some slides on the that are played on the viola. They do a lot of slides to get thirds. We can use it's common in the melodies this kind of very simple end. So these are the effects of the thirds and the fifths, all right, and the sixths. And what else can we talk more? The slides. We have one. There is some effect that's common to use the unpress the strings. You use that string as a pedal. I've showed you this in the Northeast music, but in this style you can also use. So look at that cliche that I have told you. So you can improvise. And you can also play the melody, for example. sixths. Some other characteristics we can imitate of the viola caipira is the sounds. This is the sound of the viola, modas de viola. What is a moda de viola? Moda de viola, it's a kind of story that is that's sang, but the viola player just play the thirds in the viola and sings the same melody. It's it doesn't have a musical meter, because the meter depends on the lyrics. So the singer sings, and sometimes I think can improvise. I'm not sure if it's improvised, but they and you have just one chord here. So you can create, for example, to play one of these songs, you can create some introduction using this sounds of moda de viola. Sorry. There is one style called Caipira that uses a pattern, a very interesting pattern and reach that are played for more virtuosos viola players. So this is another typical sound in the Caipira music that sometimes they use muted sound, and this rhythmic pattern, this rhythmic cell is very common. Pa pa ba, pa pa pa. This it's a syncopation without the first note, pa pa pa, and the note of in the head. Pa, pa, pa. Come on, show. So I'm gonna try to use create an introduction with the modo di viola. I'm using not a specific style, but I'm using the universe of the Caipira sounds, and I'm gonna try to join them and create a little arrangement to this song that is Luar do Sertão. All right. Something interesting. Sometimes they use a major chord with the fourth and major chord with add fourth. Sometimes we hear they play some dominants also, and it's a typical sound also in this kind of music. So I've ended my the fourth. Now I'm gonna use a Caipira. There are these connections between chords that are common. These tremolos in thirds. like to use this octave with thirds because it seems like the sounds of the viola caipira. This chromatism between the sixths and to make this this modern sound, one thing I thought also is to connect or choose pedal points in the bass, or to try to connect the bass between neckboard tones. This can make the harmonies interesting. For example, pedal point, or for example, connect the chords using these neckboard tones creates an interesting and more modern sound. So these were some tips were some resources of this universe of the Caipira music. If you want to know more in a more deep way, I can talk about the styles. It's just to write for me. And I hope you have enjoyed. I think the Caipira music is not famous out of Brazil, and we have this very interesting reference. Alright, thanks for watching. I'm here every day with lives talking about the Brazilian accent improvisation, and that's it. Alright, see you tomorrow for more Brazilian music. Thanks for watching.